Hey there guys, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. We're playing as Italy and we're taking it easy. Because it's my first recording, I don't want to take it too quickly, so what I think we're going to do is we're going to start on 2 speed. If you guys feel like that's way too slow, I'll bring up to, I may speed it up at points as well when I feel like things are going slow. For now, we're just going to keep it at 2 speed. We're going to get our ships all lined up in a row, start assigning them. For now, I think I'm going to leave these guys where they are, protecting these places. I don't think they're too much needed. Yeah, so they're colonial divisions, which you can see here. They're low priority. They don't have anything special. Just, you know, three by 2 of infantry. Nothing special. There we go. You can see the war with Ethiopia, how many divisions we both have, our percentage of war participation, how many casualties we've had, allies not in war, all these kind of things. You can even go deep into it and see how much manpower has been lost, which combats have happened, the equipment, division templates, all this kind of thing in like the last 12 months or like the last month. Okay, so I'm just giving, before we attack, and we will check it out and I'll give you guys a look. You can go kind of in detail about it or not. You can see that it's ready to go, but I'm just going to give them a little bit of time to prepare. And just do a little bit of bombing as well. You can see our planes flying around here and the divisions moving. Okay, so what we'll do... one of them was in the wrong place. Give him a sec. Give him a sec. You can see the Yugoslavian forces. It doesn't have that much information about them, but you can see them building up on this border. You can see over here you've got a few French on the border. For some reason, some Swiss on that border there. Swiss aren't usually aggressive, but you know, who knows? They may attack me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create 2 fleets, I think. What we're going to do is we're going to split them up fairly evenly. Going to take a battleship into this, so you see that we're splitting them up fairly evenly here. So destroyers are there. We're going to have, let's say, 35 and 36. Respectively, we're going to have, come on. Heavy cruisers, how many do we have? We've got 8, so we'll have 4 on, 4 on each. Some light cruisers, we've got, well, not that many, so 6 and 5. And then submarines, we'll have like 20 submarines, 21, yeah, okay, that'll do. So these guys here, this Italy Fleet 1, we'll give them this guy, select them, and then these guys can patrol the Adriatic Sea between us and Yugoslavia, and the Central Mediterranean and the Eastern Mediterranean. So they're going to patrol all around here. And then the other guys, we'll give them, I think, it doesn't matter between these two, but we'll give them Alberto de Zara. We'll have them patrol, and they'll patrol the Tyrrhenian Sea and the Western Mediterranean. So we're going to be very defensive with our, ships. We're going to be protecting around here. Pretty much for now, because other nations really concentrate on ships, and they're bloody dangerous. So we're going to keep an eye on this, and hopefully deal with it quickly. You can already see there's some British ships question marking around there. Visibility is not great for us for the moment. Okay, so let's not give them any more time to set up. They're moving about a bit. This is a good time to attack. Let's go. So let's just slow it down very quickly. Here you can see we're attacking with 5 divisions. We do have 20% attrition, so we're going to lose equipment and men fairly quickly. And this is a percentage here of attack. If it's green, we're doing well. If it's yellow, it's a bit of a draw. If it's red, then we're losing really hard. You can see the detail, how much soft attack, how much hard attack. So soft attack is against non-armored, hard attack is against armored, breakthrough, how many enemy attacks a unit can attempt to avoid while on the offensive, effectively allowing it to stay on the offensive longer. You see we've got air support, they have enemy air superiority, that's a minus. Our general has more skill. Their general has more skill, and he has Desert Fox, which gives him movement and attack and defense in the desert. Our guy is learning, so he'll go up in skill, and you can see he's getting the Mountaineer trait as well, which will give us bonus on mountains. So yeah, what you'll be able to see here is this one's very difficult because it's in the mountains, you can see here. Division attrition is plus 40%. Air support is down, so it's going to be much more difficult for us here. You can see, again, it's the same generals, because these are all part of the one army. He's trying to intercept, this guy's trying to evade, you know, you've got the combat width here, and all these kind of things. They've got 3 units, some of them are entrenched, so it's going to make it more difficult for us taking this. So what's more likely to happen here is these guys will kind of cut around this way, these guys will cut around this way, and we'll encircle them, cutting off their supplies. And that is when it will come to the point where we take this this kind of whole area, and then we'll push through to here. So you can see thank you. You can see before we set this offensive line here, you've got the front line as well, which is where your front line is. You can set naval invasion orders, paratroopers if you've got them. You've got a spearhead. I have never used the spearhead before. Compared to offensive line, spearhead will aggressively try and take all provinces as they were there when the order was first painted without adjusting to changes. Prefer spearheads when you need to do overlapping encirclements, cutting off the enemy for more controlled smaller thrusts into enemy territory. You've got a fallback line, so if you need to fall back, that's where they'll fall back to. Garrison area, basically I could select areas where an army would garrison. Division assignment mode, unassigned divisions. Edit mode, so I could kind of like move this offensive line if I wanted, and then just delete orders. So for now, we're just going to keep it as is. These 5 here are going to push into here, possibly even down here. Oh, there's a victory point there. Yeah, possibly even down here, and then kind of spread out and start attacking along this line. It's going to give us a bit more width, a bit more area to be offensive on. And we're going to leave these guys here. We could maybe push. Let's give them an offensive order, just in case we want them to move, so they can start preparing at least. You can see they're pretty entrenched already, so if they try and attack us, we can at least hold them off. Okay, so let's just speed that up a little bit. We'll keep it on 2 for now, so that you guys can see the progression. Oh, yep, okay, so we've won that fight, and they're already running away, affected by attrition, and this should ease the attrition a little bit on our guys, hopefully. Looks like we've got desert mostly there. So that's us taking that territory. You can see the divisions being reassigned. One's going on the offensive down here. Another one's going to assist in it. Well, it's actually going to take this province here. And another one is going to take this province here. So they've kind of all spread out along the line. So you see this one here is now assisting here. Has joined the battle and is attacking from other side, which gives us attacking from multiple direction bonus, along with air support. You can also see things like, you know, how much damage we've done, you know, how many planes have been shot down. There are accidents and things like that, so you will slowly lose planes regardless. This fight isn't going brilliantly, but once we take this, we can assist from sides and all these kind of things. Alright, so don't have too much information going around here. Later on, we'll probably want to go in at Yugoslavia, maybe take Albania and Greece. We've got options, you know. There's diplomatic options as well. So our defensive battle. Oh, we're defending over here, are we? There we go. So what we're getting attacked by one division here. They got 2 in reserve. They're apparently attacking from... What, they're bombing us? Really? They can't be bombing us. No, they're not. We're dealing with them. Okay, that should be probably fine. See, I could attack with both of these guys, but I'm not sure about that. I'll leave it for now. You know what we could actually do? Is we could go straight into Addis Ababa, and that's going to save us manpower. One of the problems that Italy faces majorly is their manpower issues. We've also got political power and factories here as well. Political power goes to changing these. So you can see here you've got 150 political power will get you a backroom backstabber, or an armaments organizer, which means converting from civilian to military conversion costs less. Captain of industry increases our construction speeds. What we're going to want to go for first is probably that backroom backstabber. Gives us the political power gain and reduces the drift in ideologies, keeps us securely fascist, basically. Filthy fascists. But yeah, once we take Addis Ababa, I'm never quite sure how to say that. It's gonna basically give us the advantage here. Oof, that's a little unfortunate. Where are they going to? They're going to... Not sure. I think they're going to Addis Ababa too. How long till we get there? Okay, we're arriving there in 2 days. They're arriving there in Okay, so we're going to get there first. Hopefully that should end the war. We should have enough victory points here. Yeah, the war's going in our favor. We've had 42 casualties. They've had 1,000, basically. This was never going to be an equal war. And you can see here the other two fronts, the other two battles here are winning. Like, we're losing here, but that's not a problem currently. And they had to pull one unit off to try and defend Addis Ababa. And we've taken it. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to pull this guy back. We're going to put him there. So that we don't get cut off. So that we don't get cut off here before we get our victory, basically. And this is an aggressive fight. So again, we don't need to win it. They'll stay here pretty much. You can see we're fighting a defensive fight here. It's going in our favor. Should be fine. We may need to take this to get the victory points to win. It looks like, at least. So let's move these guys. I think it's gonna keep these guys on this border. It's gonna prevent them bringing out more. We're also actually winning here now. I guess. Oh, okay, yeah. So we're gonna take all states. This is at the victory screen, so you can kind of select what you want. 2 rubber, yeah, that's nice. You can select what you want. So say we were at war with the Soviet Union. We could actually select which areas we want, and if other countries took part, so you know, if Japan had taken part, if Germany had taken part, you kind of divide it up. You can pretty much like take different areas, all this kind of thing. But seeing as it's just us and the area is just Ethiopia, we just end the turn. We take it. That is the peace. There we go. So Treaty of Addis. Let's just pause this. Treaty of Addis Ababa. Italy took 1 state. Ethiopia was annexed, and we seized some equipment. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to remove the big army. Put them all in here for now, and we'll assign them to this front. Again, for now. We'll deal with it a bit more later, I just want to front up against this because it's the UK. And they've got a big stretch of land around here. So... Alright, so what we want to do now, well, aside from unpausing, is we need to decide where we want to take, what we want to do next, basically. So, we've generated -2, we've generated -2 global, like, war, global tension. Basically, the higher global tension gets, the easier it is to declare war, the easier it is to build alliances, like these kind of things. Of course, when you get to certain points of global tension, that's when the UK and France start guaranteeing nations. They start saying, if you attack this place, we'll defend them, and it leads to war. And, you know, that's when the United States can start, you know, so here, currently, they're Air War Plans Division. This is what they're doing, you know, so they're preparing for war, but it takes them time to kind of focus on different places and start coming out of their they're basically isolated right now. You can see here, I think isn't there like an isolationist thing? Maybe it doesn't show you unless you're, oh no, here you go. So they've got the Great Depression and Home of the Free. So they can't join factions led by another ideology. They can create factions, and then there's join faction tension limit. So it increases the speed with which they can join factions, basically. Very often, when you're not playing historically, very often, America will actually just sit out the fight, the war, totally. I've seen it go loads of different ways, but that's one way I've seen it go quite often. So we've got Albania here, and you can see, like, nationalist... Okay, so nationalist Spain... Here we go, let's just pause this. Civil war has erupted in Spain. What this basically means, you can see here, is you have the communist Spain against the nationalist Spain, the fascist Spain. What we want... really is a friendly Spain. We don't want to be worrying about a communist Spain over here. So what we're going to do is going to take these guys along with these guys. Yeah, so these three here. We're going to create a new army. We're going to actually have it led by Giovanni. And what we're going to do is we're going to offer this to Spain. So we're going to send volunteers. It's the 3 divisions there with Giovanni Messi. You have more divisions than you're allowed to send. Okay, so we're only allowed to send 2 divisions. That's my bad. So what we'll do... Sorry, we'll go back to here. We'll put these guys back in here. Sorry, guys. And then we'll send 2 tank regiments. Tank divisions. So we'll offer again, except for this time properly. So we'll send volunteers. We'll send the Giovanni Messi. There we go. And we'll just basically we'll do a bit of fighting. We'll do a bit of you know, kind of running about, speediness. We'll do a bit of speediness. And who are? Yeah. So who are you? Okay, you're in the wrong set. You should be in this set here. Yeah, sorry. Okay, there we go. That's better. And how are we doing with production on tanks? Where would I... logistics? Okay, here we go. So light tanks, we have a surplus of 72. We should probably leave that for now. You can see here we're still making support equipment. We're making the infantry equipment. We actually need more in our upgrades now. Oh, sorry, that's a total need. So that's actually to equip these guys here. You can see it's not enough equipment to train them. You can see here as well, like, now that we've got this here, this here, it's actually added to our civilian factories. So we're building these quicker, which is really good. Okay, there we go. Let's unpause. So we're sending our support troops over here. We're basically We're basically going to try and cut off their forces with our tanks, and that'll cut off their supplies. So, you know, if we, like, cut off Madrid, for example, and manage to hold it, which is difficult with, you know, we only get to control our troops. But it'll give you a good idea of how the fights go. A little bit better than this initial fight with Ethiopia here. So you see they'll arrive the 11th of March. So not for a little while, but yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll just reaffirm that. There we go. Because I don't know whether the tank was on there properly. So yeah, usually Czechoslovakia gets chomped on a little bit, and Austria gets taken up into the German Reich, and then Germany starts. Usually they start pushing into Poland, maybe Hungary. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Interestingly enough, just while we're not doing too much, I have played as Finland before. It was actually really difficult and really fun. So I'm thinking maybe as playing as Finland, because actually what happened was I ended up allying with Germany and with Italy, and I kind of carved out a decent part of Russia once they came to my aid. It was pretty much a case of just defend for ages, like really hectic, really fun, you know, desperately trying to come up with enough troops to defend and all this. And then Germany comes along and we just do a push. I managed actually to take Leningrad before they seriously brought their weapons to bear on me. And then I had a really nice water defense, kind of river defense here. So it meant I could keep like 2 units here, and they just defended so hard. And then all around here was where you know you've got swamps and forests all over the place pretty much, and it's marshes. It's not fun for the Russians. They lost a lot of troops. I didn't have many troops myself, but they lost a lot of troops compared to me. It was really fun. So that's one of the ones I'm considering later, is kind of fascist Finland, and see how we do. You know, the other option, of course, is go communist Finland, maybe, and then just take Norway and Sweden and maybe Denmark, but who knows how that would go. Okay, so you can see over here as well, we've got some French there. If war with France does start, taking this is obviously a priority. There we go. Okay, so let's pause right there. So what we've managed to do now, you see, is we've got our Ethiopian war logistics, which means in Eritrea, and let's just here supply. So you can see here, over here, like our things gone up, our ports gone up, our naval bases have gone up. It just basically helps our supply a little bit. Should mean the attrition goes down a bit, hopefully. And it's green here, so it means, you know, the supply's fine. All over the place, actually, at the moment. So yeah, what we'll do probably is we'll take Bilbao. Okay, yeah, this is probably the best idea, right? So let's take this unit here and then to here. And then this unit can go to there. Some pause. So obviously the tanks move a lot quicker. And hopefully what this means is we can free up the worry of getting attacked from behind. You can see Germany has sent in an infantry division as well. And you can see the fights already happening around Madrid, and it's a really long one. So my current plan, I think, is to take this out so they don't have to worry about being attacked from behind, and then cut this off and start taking this out, and then maybe move it down here. And it means they can put up a better defense, but it means they're unlikely to be able to just push out against us. And you can see here, obviously, with the tanks, we got great soft attack. They've got no organization. They got very little strength. We're just gonna push straight through them pretty much. Let's zoom out so that's not quite so loud in my ears. But yeah, they basically have very little defense against us, and it means we're gonna be able to run this over pretty quickly. Also, obviously you can see the Spanish are coming in here. It's going to free up a lot of units as well to go and deal with this front over here, especially here. This is going to be a problem if they push out here before we're done. Unfortunately, you can't control your allies at all or much. So if we can do this with alacrity, I forget the word. But yeah, if we can do this fairly quickly, that's going to be to our benefit. I forgot to do the next national focus because I am dumb. There we go. So we're going to go industrial effort, which is going to give us four more industrial factories. Going to be very useful. And you can see them like massing on these borders here. You know, they're fighting over Madrid. Obviously, Madrid's super important. Other places that would be important to take, probably Barcelona. I've actually been to Barcelona. They had these really cool... this is ages and ages ago, so probably now you guys are like, oh, that's not that interesting. Also, by the way, just so you can see... wait, are they not out of supplies yet? They should be. Huh. Oh, sorry, I would have expected them to be out of supplies. Yeah, obviously you can... yeah, so, sorry, I was talking about Barcelona. So, yeah, I was in Barcelona. They had these really interesting beer mugs, kind of like glass mugs with... it was like 2 pieces of glass, and then in between was water that they froze. And, yeah, at the time, it really fascinated me. I'd never seen it in England before. Like, probably now, like, it's all over the place. I guess. I've never seen it since, but, yeah. It did mean holding it was very cold, so you had to hold it by the handle instead of, you know, just kind of grabbing it. So yeah, what this is, you can see over here, like, the motorized troops, it looks like. Maybe? Are those motorized troops? Maybe that's just the transport, you know. So, let's take the tanks into here. We're not involved directly in this war, but you can still see our equipment. Like, we've lost some by attrition, 6 tanks, and you can see the combat, the manpower, yeah, just how it went, basically. Went really well. We're about to totally destroy these, which means they're going to lose all of their troops, and it means the all of these units are going to be able to redeploy. You know, so like some of them may guard some of the important spots, but most of them are just going to redeploy around here. And pretty much wherever we take our tanks is going to be ground central for awesomeness. Yeah, okay, so the next part of this video, the next part of this series will be us finishing off the war with, us helping to finish the war in Spain. And, probably just preparing for war. Kind of building up our forces, pretty much, yeah. Alright, so there you go, guys. More coming, basically. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. As I've said before, please, 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 do not hesitate to put in the comments if there's something you don't understand, if you're not following quite. I'm very happy to help, to kind of put answers in the comments, pretty much. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always helps me out a lot, and of course I do really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.